Hi, yeah, it's Jackie here from the LGFA, and we're on a call looking ahead to more club activity coming up over the coming days, specifically at the weekend. We have representatives from two provincial finals on our call today, and we're also joined by Sean Ryan, who is the Belgium PRO. And Belgium are sending a team to Leeds on Sunday to play Hugh O'Neill's in the current account All-Ireland Junior Preliminary Round match, and you can watch that game as a live stream. Go to ladiesgaelic.ie for full details and also check out our social media channels. But to introduce my guest, Eilish Cooney is a member of the famous Ballymacarbery in County Waterford, looking ahead to a Munster final against the banner from Clare. Bottom right hand side of my screen is Jackie Kinch from Tinnahealy in County Wicklow, looking ahead to a Leinster senior final against Kilmacud Crokes, and the aforementioned Sean Ryan, a native of Meath originally, now in with Belgium GAA as their PRO. Sean, down to your good self. I have to say, I love the background, the backdrop of your room there. Very, very, very pretty and quaint. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks for having me on. How are
Good,
you?
good, good. Sean, tell us a little bit about yourself first. You're obviously from Meath, and how you ended up as the Belgium Gaelic Games PRO.
Yeah, so came over here maybe around 3 or 4 years ago to Belgium. A job came up as I finished college and took it on. And like many Irish people coming over here, you reach out to your local or to your kind of closest Gaelic games. And if I hadn't done that, I don't think I'd still be in Belgium or where I am now. And we just have a big community over here, Irish community in Brussels. We have over 100 members. We have around 20 nationalities in our club as well, which is something that I find is very extraordinary. Like
That's amazing. Yeah.
yeah. So mainly now, I will say mainly from our ladies team is kind of a lot. You'll see now on Saturday a lot of maybe I think around maybe 6 or 7 will not be Irish, and I wouldn't underestimate just because they're not Irish that they of their skill level, because we've been playing all over Europe all year, and our ladies team have won every tournament that we've played in. And we've had times where a non-native is the technical term
Yes.
with Gaelic Games Europe would use, but they have won, say, every tournament. We'd have a player of a tournament, and there has been non-Irish people winning
So, Hugh O'Neill's, you have been warned. So,
it.
John, I did see the team list coming in, and you preempted my next question in terms of what is the split between players who are, have gone out there from Ireland and the non-native. So there is quite a good balance there of players between native and non-native, as we'll say.
Yeah. There's a lot of skills kind of that to be integrated in. I think like anytime we say we would train or play, there'd be always people stopping and asking and being like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And we'd be a very open club. We're lucky that we're one of the biggest in Europe. So we would anywhere we'd go, we'd usually have 2 teams. Even at one stage, our ladies team had 3 teams going to Leuven. Now this is played on a 9 or 11 aside game, so we don't have a full 15 side of pitch, only in Maastricht and Rennes. But usually when we play, it is 9 or 11, but still to have 3 teams is not really seen too much. And the women's team managed to do it for one tournament. There's a lot of different skill levels involved. There's some really high end, but also there's a very social end. And if you want to join and are brand new to it, there's still game time to be had, and there's still to enjoy our sport.
Brilliant. Sean, what part of Meath are you from originally? Do you want to give a shout out to anybody while you're...
I'm from Summerhill, who they lost the senior for the men's, lost senior football title or final to Ratoath. So we were just unfortunate, lost by I think 2 points. I'll give a shout out to my dad, who's the chairman of the club, who was very disappointed, but maybe next year.
Okay, okay. And a big hello to Dad as well from all of us here as well, Sean. Are you making the trip yourself, Sean, or watching from afar? As you say, we have the stream, so you'll be able to
Yeah,
watch it if you're
I'll
not
be watching
on the
from
plane.
afar. I'm organizing a little watch party here in the sitting room come Saturday. Unfortunately, I'm not going. My girlfriend is playing on the team,
Okay.
and there was a very quick turnaround. So to be fair to the women on the team, we didn't know if we were going to be traveling to Leeds or Birmingham. I'm pretty sure it was the final, so only until 2 weeks ago. So it was very kind of a very rushed for everyone to go to kind of get their travel and accommodation sorted. So for me, it wasn't feasible really. But I wish I was, but I'll be watching definitely from the sitting room here.
And a very nice sitting room it is, as we've already mentioned. Sean, I'm going to finish up with your good self, and thanks for your time. Sean, talk to me a little bit about the logistics involved in getting a bunch of people on a plane and getting them over to Leeds, and accommodation and everything else that goes with it, and match logistics. What's involved in all of that?
Yeah, so we're pretty used to it by now. Like our club, when we're playing, more or less we are traveling every weekend. So say this year in both, say I'm going to use hurling camogie, but I'll use ladies football and men's football. We've been to, as a club, we've been to Munich, we've been to Rennes, which is like 5 hours away. So Amsterdam, a lot of time we're actually going on the Friday night, staying the weekend. So this is something that we're pretty used to it. It does be great crack going around Europe and playing, and then having a weekend away, and then everyone kind of afterwards for dinner and drinks and so on. It's one of the highlights of the year, really. So it is something that's used to, but particularly for this occasion, it was a small bit awkward from what I believe from herself telling me how it's going to be done. So basically you need to go and get a bus to a place called Charleroi, which is an airport, which is maybe an hour outside Brussels. From there to fly to Manchester, and then from Manchester to get to Leeds. Now I think they said there's train strikes as well, so there's kind of more things that are difficult as well. But then from Manchester to Leeds, so a lot of people, I think the majority of people, are going on the Friday after work, staying the Friday night. Some are staying in Manchester, some are staying in Leeds, and then Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon head back from Manchester back to Charleroi, and then Charleroi to Brussels.
Wow. I tell you, I don't know about Eilish and Jackie, but listening to the weekends away there, it sounds like a good club to be part of. But all jokes aside, it's a fair trek over now, and trying to get a game in as well, and to be fresh for a match. Sean, I presume management have taken everything into account in terms of timings and making sure the players that are over, as you say, on the Friday get a good night's rest as well on the Friday night before the game.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes when we play, some people might go Saturday morning. So you might be playing a game, and tournaments, they start at 9 a.m. sometimes. So if it's in Amsterdam or Den Haag or somewhere, mainly in the Netherlands, you drive 2.5 hours. So you'd be up at maybe 5 a.m., maybe 6, or leaving Brussels at 6 to be there at 8 or 8:30. And then your first throw-ins at 9 a.m. and you mightn't finish till 4 or 5 p.m. then. So it does be a long day, but it does be very enjoyable as well.
Good,
so there's no problem there. I'm sure they'll be used to it come Saturday.
Good, Sean. You mentioned your girlfriend is on the team. What's her name? Who should we be looking out for on Saturday?
Her name is Florina Toban Escobar. So she's one of these players who I was mentioning earlier about being a non-Irish person. So did Erasmus in Maynooth in Kildare for a year, and kind of learned about the sport there, and then came back to Brussels and started playing in Brussels.
Brilliant. So football and romance. Brilliant. We've had it all. We've had it all today. Sean, I wish you well, and really, really appreciate your time. So Jackie Kinch from Tinnahealy and Wicklow, best wishes in the Leinster final. And Eilish Cooney from Ballymacarbery and Waterford, best wishes in the Munster final at the weekend. And Sean from Belgium GAA, Belgium sending a team to play Hugh O'Neill's from Leeds, who are the British champions in the current account.ie All-Ireland Junior Preliminary Match, 1 p.m. Saturday. You can watch that live with us as well. I believe your game is live streamed as well, Eilish, and Jackie, the Leinster final has definitely been live streamed as well. So plenty to look forward to, folks. So that's been this week's show, folks, from the two Jackies, Eilish and Sean. Thank you so much for tuning in. Folks, thanks for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thanks, Jackie.